Hey,
May I help you?
just wanted to check in. See how you feel things are going between us.
It is a true pleasure traveling with you. I feel we are making a real difference.
Hello, neighbor.
Hey,
Welcome, neighbor. We're always glad to see a new face around here. Tell me something. You ever feel like this whole world is broken? Do you ever wonder why things can't be the way they were in the good old days?
the whole world is broken.
That's what I used to think. Until I found a way to make a difference. To transform my life. And maybe everyone else's too. We call ourselves the Pillars of the Community. We're a pretty new movement, so you may not have heard of us. But we're growing fast all across the Commonwealth, and you can be part of this exciting future. Step right this way, and I'll be happy to tell you all about our movement and how you can be a part of it.
Sounds good.
Well, that's just fantastic. I know you're going to fit right in around here. Don't be shy. Just follow me. Don't worry. I don't fight. Right this way, neighbor. I'm always excited to welcome a new member into our fold. Alrighty. I hope you're as excited as I am. This is one of my favorite parts of the job, getting to welcome new members into our movement. The first step is simple. You have to learn to give up your attachment to material possessions in order to gain the ability to have true wealth, health, and happiness. Just go ahead and give me everything you own, and I'll initiate you as a first-level pillar of the community.
You've got to be kidding. You want me to give you everything I have?
The first step is the hardest, neighbor. But it's the only way to cast off your old life and start on the road towards your future health, wealth, and happiness. Don't you think that's worth a small temporary sacrifice?
What do I get in return for giving you everything I own?
You're still stuck in old thinking. You're still clinging. But that's what you came...
I'm walking out of here. Your choice what you want to do about it.
Ah, you're not worth the trouble. Plenty of easier marks. Get out of here before I change my mind.
I'm looking for Imogene Cabot.
Not that it's any of your business, but she and I are just having a little relationship trouble. You know how it is. She's not seeing anybody until she cools off.
I'm a friend of the family. Maybe I can talk some sense into her.
Please, surely you will let us just talk?
Look, the truth is, we had a little, disagreement about her joining the movement. She got kind of violent. So I locked her in there until I could figure out what to do with her. If you're willing to take her off my hands,
One more tomorrow.
let me unlock the door for you, and then she's all yours. I've got to warn you, she's way stronger than she looks. It took all of us combined to even get her locked up in there. All
Folks,
yours,
I'd
pal.
like to take a moment for something a little more personal than usual.
You must
As
be
I'm
Imogene.
sure you know all too
Don't
well,
tell me.
I haven't
Jack
always
sent
been
you.
the best at this job. Hey, let's face it.
You're Jack's sister? I was expecting someone a bit
The efforts of a few
younger.
friends,
How rude. Don't you know to never... Just to be clear, once I get home and...
how I live my life.
Jack has a serum that reverses aging?
It's more like it halts aging. I started taking it when I was 32, so normally that's what I look like. You'll see once I get my treatment. I was well known as one of the belles of Boston society. Back when there was any.
Let's get it on back to the music.
Actually, there's only one vial of the serum left. Raiders got the rest.
Johnny Mercer.
I'd better get home before Mother convinces Jack that she needs all of it. That he could still be such a mama's boy at his age is ridiculous. I'm so disappointed in Thomas. He seemed so interesting at first, But after we came here, he turned out to be just another brute. He actually thought he could force me to join his absurd cult.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, I'm not going with you.
I think it's clearing up.
Are you reading me, Jack? You can't hold
Edward! Edward!
Oh
Edward,
my God, it's
switch
happening.
over to the Hartley modulator. Do you copy?
Switching now. How's this?
Oh, that's done it. Edward, what's going on there?
We're under attack. They're inside the building.
Inside? Can you keep them out of the basement?
I'm trying, Jack. I've never seen raiders that... For God's sake, Sammy, the doorway, right there. Sorry. Things are a little busy around here right now.
Listen, if they're inside the building, you have to go to the office and shut down the elevator. You can't risk them getting to Lorenzo.
Got it. Office. Elevator. You better round up whoever you can and get...
Hello? Edward? Come in. Edward! Ah, there's no signal at all. I've lost him.
What's happening, Jack? If these people are inside Parsons, if they free him...
Don't worry, I'll handle it.
I always knew it would end this way. I never should have allowed you to lock up Lorenzo in that place.
That isn't helping, Mother. And as I recall, using the serum was your idea, not mine.
So what are you going to do?
I said I'll handle it. I'm thinking.
Oh. What do you want?
What's going on?
That was Edward. He's at Parsons, the old asylum. They're under attack by raiders. It's strange. The guards have held off raiders before without any trouble. I don't know what's gone wrong this time.
What happened?
The guards at Parsons called in that they were under attack. Edward went to help. I've only just been able to raise him, briefly. I didn't get much, but it sounds like the situation there is nearly out of control. I wonder if these could be the same raiders that stole that last shipment. If some of them had used the undiluted serum, it could explain their unusual success against Edward's men.
What exactly does this serum do?
I suppose it's time you knew. The main benefit of the serum is that all creatures, my family and I are all over 400 years old. But it also confers other side effects, especially in the undiluted form that the raiders stole. It increases strength and resistance to all kinds of physical damage. So at least some of these raiders may be much more dangerous than the ones you're used to dealing with.
If you're 400 years old, then you were born before the Great War.
Yes, I think you were too. I'd say mid-21st century?
That's right. I was in cryosleep until recently.
Interesting. We'll have to talk more about that later, but time presses. Is there anything else before we get going?
Where do you get this serum from?
My father, Lorenzo Cabot, is confined in Parsons. He became dangerously unstable after handling an artifact he found on an archaeological dig in Arabia. He gained various seemingly paranormal powers, as well as becoming increasingly irrational and violent. In the end, I had no choice but to confine him, for his own safety, as well as ours.
Jack, are you sure it's wise telling him all this?
In the course of my attempts to cure him, I discovered that the artifact had introduced anomalies into his blood. So the source of his insanity is also the basis of the treatments that have prolonged all our lives. The irony isn't lost on me, but if he were to escape from Parsons, I would lose my father forever. I will not allow that to happen. Not to mention that the artifact has made him paranoid, homicidally violent, and endowed with extraordinary abilities.
Exactly what abilities does he have?
Enhanced strength, unusual resistance to most kinds of physical damage. Oh, and a kind of local telekinesis, which appears to be projected by the artifact itself. That's why I've built a dampening field into his cell. Which is why we really need to stop these intruders before they turn it off. Hold on, weren't you off looking for Imogene? Did you find her?
Yes, I found her. She's fine.
Oh, good.
At least there's one small comfort on this terrible day.
You'll be wanting to be paid, of course. Edward usually handles these things. Caps is what you use for currency, isn't that right? Here, I hope that's the right amount. Before we go, I need you to understand something. When we get to Parsons, you need to do exactly what I tell you. Nothing more, nothing less. Is that clear?
Got it.
Good. Make sure you have whatever you'll need for a serious battle. I'll wait for you outside.
Jack, be careful. And try not to hurt him.
I love Father at least as much as you do. But you know as well as I do that if he gets free, there will only be one option.
Don't let it come to that, please.
I'll do my best, Mother. And if Imogene finally comes home, for God's sake, don't let her...
That was Big Maybell, with a whole lot of shaking going on. And when you're as big as Maybell is, there's a whole
Too many
lot
miles
of
on the
shaking
road.
going on.
At least the pay is terrible.
The only way you get old in this job is assume everyone's out to kill you.
Hey there.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
Hey, Cricket.
Better buy my big guns now, because you bet your ass your enemies will.
I'm sure many of you
Let me
have
think
heard
it over.
tales.
Sure, I have
Make a move, and I'll end
Cricket.
your wasteland.
got a hankering for melting face, and I'm your girl.
What kind of stuff do you have?
If it can chamber cock and spit out lead, then I sell it. I sell slashers and clobberers, too, for those maniacs that like it up close. But, death...
I'll take a look, sure.
Guns, and...
Uh-huh.
Very mixed reactions around the Commonwealth. I guess if you are out there, good luck not getting caught. Here's a positive take on life with a touch of nostalgia. It's Anything Goes by Cole Porter.
Hey, at least... It's honest work.
Stay safe, sir.
Thank God Ashes is back.
Aaron,
We got a barber here if you need it. I'm not saying you do. Hope that Pip-Boy belongs to you. Calvin's always looking for tools. I heard he'll pick caps if you got them.
You should stop by and see Horatio while you're here. I can't imagine you come across many barbers in the company.
Anything I can get you today?
Do you run this place by yourself?
Well, there's my husband Halt, but once you need him, he's nowhere to be found. I swear the cat is more help than he is.
He sounds pretty unreliable to me.
You don't even know. So, you have anything you don't need anymore, or are you just here to gossip?
I might be interested in buying or selling.
Great. I have all sorts of odds and ends. Looking for something? I have more stuff than I know what to...
Let's see what you got.
Great. I have...
Nice Pip-Boy. If it ever starts acting up on you, see Alexis. She'll fix it right up.
Back again? We'll be... watching you.
Excuse me.
Anything I can get you today?
Let's see what you got.
Great.
It is a wonder you can move at all.
Huh?
Need to check the water pumps again.
Is that your Pip-Boy? Better be.
Whitaker thinks the work will start easing up now that he knows about the mold.
Huh. Look at you blending in with
Jordan,
that
folks.
vault suit.
Gotta love him. Here's a bit of news concerning the Vaults of the Commonwealth. Some of you out there may be familiar with Vault 81. Nice place. They keep to themselves, not very social. Apparently they've suffered from some sort of disease outbreak in there. I guess maybe it's a good thing they don't open the door much. But I shouldn't make jokes. It was evidently pretty serious. And of course, we can all empathize with what they're going through. I have seen reports of some fatalities, but my understanding is that things are now under control. So if you should happen to bump into someone from Vault 81, don't worry. They're probably not contagious. Billy Ward and the Dominoes are next with 60 Minute Man.
Weapons hot and ready to bring the pain, sir.